So we're on day 2 of learning slide guitar for 10 days. There are a few things that I want to say. I want to say that this is not me teaching slide guitar. This is me showing you my process, and hopefully you can also learn from it if you're interested in slide guitar. A few things I forgot to mention yesterday. So generally for slide guitar, it is recommended to have heavier strings, heavier gouge strings, and a higher action on the strings, okay? This is a vintage Surfliner. It is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I love the tone of it. It's lovely. I love it. However, I have so many different instruments. I play so many different instruments. I spend a fortune on audio stuff, and quite frankly, I don't want to get involved with all of that stuff at the moment. So for now, I've left the setup as is, okay? So it's up to you. Apparently it does make it easier if you do set it up correctly, obviously, but just so you're aware, I've left it as it is, okay? So today I'm going to talk about tuning, open E tuning, the best approach in my opinion, how to get into that tuning, and also like a basic blues progression. So I'm currently in standard, right, which is, okay, so we have E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, to go into open E, we have the E stay the same. Okay, the next note, we're moving it up a step to get an A. Sorry, to get a B, which is, so something that's not talked about, and I haven't really seen anyone explain it like this, and because I play old time fiddle where there's a lot of different tunings, this is something I learned from there. And instead of going straight to the tuner, think about which notes can I take an octave of and then like follow that. So for example, we have this B here, right? So to check it, we go to A, B flat, B. So we want this note, which is a B. So sing it. And check it, okay? So we have E, B. This is another E, so we can check it. We can check it based on that string here. And just to double check, we go. So we go E flat, E in standard, yeah, to check the note. So now I'm going to move this up. So now we have E, E, G sharp is a bit more tricky because we don't have a reference for G sharp here. But we're currently on G, so we just move it up one step. So what's useful here is if we do the singing element again, so that's the note we want, so just drone it. If you can, everybody can sing, but you know, try. Then we have B and E the same, okay? That doesn't sound right, so I've tuned it roughly with my ear, but now for the final bit, I'm going to use this tuner from Pickup Music. They're a great company and a great website. So I'm just going to tune it with the tuner. If you would have left that G, if you leave that G and not put it up to a G sharp, we get an E minor chord. However, by moving that G sharp to the G to the G sharp, we get an E major chord, open. Okay, so now I'm going to show you these bar chords. So that is E major, right? To go to A major, we go B major, So what I recommend, what I've been doing, is just getting my ear used to that open E tuning, okay? So just get your ear used to that, okay, first of all. When your ear's used to that, then we can start using the slide guitar. So some things that I'm focusing when I'm thinking about this slide guitar is keeping this slide perpendicular, okay? You don't want it to be like that because intonation is a big issue in slide guitar. So you want it to be as perpendicular as it can be. Another thing I'm thinking of is a very light touch because it makes it easier, okay? Love that sound. So yeah, like definitely I would focus on those two things, like making sure this is perpendicular to the fret, and also yeah, really light touch. Also, it's interesting because when we play traditional guitar, we want to be like kind of quite close to the fret, but here the advice that I've been hearing is to be in the middle more. Let's try this lick out. So I'm going to do it firstly without the slider to get my ear used to it and to see which notes. Always in music or whatever, like life in general really, I always try to break things down and make it as simple as possible and then gradually increase the complexity, which hopefully this series will also do. So here, what I'm doing here is I'm doing 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, and then I'm going on the top strings, okay, so and then I'm sliding 3rd, 2nd, open. So this bar chord here is actually an octave higher than this open one here. So get your ear used to that as well. And what we're playing here is the 1, 4, 5 and E major. So we have E, F, G, A major, which is the 4, and B major, which is the 5. This is based on Nashville number system. I'll do another video about this another time. But it's really good to know, and it's really good to be aware because then you can like move keys and stuff. It's on this finger, but as I quickly discovered, when you're playing intricate things, you obviously need as many fingers free as possible to play the notes, right? So let's try it. Something I'm struggling with here is because I'm hypermobile, my finger like extends and it looks like it's not relaxed, even though I think it is relaxed. So, and also I've heard about this pyramid technique, right? So I've been trying to focus on that, but it's like my fingers sort of have a mind of their own. So let's try it again. Cool, I love that. That's the sound I'm looking for. I think this exercise is relatively easy because we are using all the strings, right? So in later days, I'm gonna focus on like techniques like sandwiching and techniques that will target specific strings, which is a lot more difficult. But for now, I just wanted to walk through what I'm learning, and that's what I've been learning today. If you like this, please subscribe, please follow my journey, and I hope that you also learned something, right? So, diolch am gwrando.